All right, friends, today we're talking about something real interesting. Are you ready? We're talking about feet. That's right. Soles and toes and arches and all that stuff. So if you're a foot lover, then this video is for you because you all are a big community. And if you're not a foot lover, then maybe you want to stick around to understand what's up with the feet people. Why are there so many? Now, I have a confession to make. Not that long ago, actually it was pretty long ago, maybe a year ago, I decided to join one of those feet selling platforms. I did this for a few reasons. One was for research purposes, because I am curious as to why people are so into feet. What is the obsession with it? Because I've been reading a lot about it. I am a sex education student. Hello, my name is Allie. So I've been learning about kinks and fetishes and fantasies. And I also hear a lot of people saying, I need some extra cash, so I'm gonna start selling feet pics. And I really want to know how easy it was. Or hard. I travel to Thailand often and I get a lot of foot massages. So I was like, you know what? I could monetize these foot massages. I'm sure people would want to pay for me to get my feet all oiled up and rubbed. Plus, I was also curious about the range of feet people are into. We got high arches and calluses and hammer toes, perfectly pedicured toes. And all of this got me thinking, why are feet the #1 fetishized body part? Aside from, our sexualized body parts like our breasts, genitals, and asses, and so on. And, these preferences aren't random and they're not weird. There's actually some solid psychological and neuroscience that explains why foot fetishes are so common and specific. So if you've been finding yourself lately into some long toenail action and you're not sure why, this video is for you, okay? So today we're gonna break down what fetishes actually are. It's not what most people think. Why feet rank at the top, some of the most popular foot categories online, and some of these will blow your mind, trust me. My own brief foot selling picture experience, because yes, I did try to sell some of my feet pics at some point. And what this all says about desire, fantasy, and how our erotic brains work. So let's get into it. Before we talk about feet specifically, we need to clear up a huge misconception. Now, a fetish is not a mental disorder. It's not an obsession in the scary sense. It's not dangerous. It's not pathological unless it creates harm, which for most people, it absolutely doesn't. A fetish is simply a consistent erotic focus on a specific object, body part, sensation, or material. Now, this could be feet, leather, hair, nails, stocking, hands, voices, armpits. Yes, armpits. Okay. One time, somebody took a screenshot of me flipping my hair over, and they took a picture of my armpit and they created an Instagram account for the armpit enthusiasts featuring my armpit. Yes, that happened. When you create content online about sex education, when you're a woman and you create content online about sex education, get a lot of really interesting things starting to happen to you. But these fetishes, again, they don't happen randomly, right? They can come up from different ways depending on different theories. So one is classical conditioning. So an early sexual experience becomes linked to a stimulus like feet. For example, a partner touched your foot during early desired moments, and then from then on, you just get super aroused whenever your feet are touched. The next one is really interesting. This has to do with your brain. You probably didn't know this because I didn't either, that your feet and your genitals, parts of your brain, are linked close together. So when there's some cross activation with the neurosignals, your foot stimulation can actually activate sexual arousal circuits as well, which probably explains why there are so many foot people out there, because those wires are just getting crossed left and right. And then finally, we have fantasy imprinting, which is repeated use of a stimulus in arousal that creates a long-term erotic association. Now, when it comes to foot fetishes, here's what the science says. They aren't rare or weird. They're actually one of the most common non-genital body part fetishes around the world. So in 2007, there was a study of 381 fetish forums, and researchers found that among body part fetishes, feet and foot-related interests, talking toes, soles, footwear, toenails, biggest category. Okay. And in a more recent study in 2018, the largest study ever done on sexual fantasies, 14% of people claimed that they had fantasies revolving around feet. So if you've ever wondered if a foot kink is just you, it's not. You're a part of a much bigger club. Much bigger club. And here's the thing about foot fetishes, or any fetish, honestly, before I continue to the rest of this video, okay? As long as it's consensual and not hurting anyone, it's not weird, it's not wrong, it's not something you need to fix. It's just a part of your erotic fingerprint. But a lot of us weren't taught that, and most of us grew up with a zero sex education around desires, kink, or pleasure, which means most people end up feeling shame about something that's actually incredibly common. like feet. And this is where today's sponsor comes in, which is Beducated, which, as you know, I absolutely adore this platform. And it fits in perfectly with this time of year, actually, because you have a lot of people that are setting goals like being more productive, being better, going to the gym, all those kinds of things. But I also want you to think about being happier in terms of feeling more pleasure and understanding your sexuality without shame. So embracing your foot fetish and whatever kink or thing that you might be into without the shame, and also exploring. And that's what Beducated helps you do, because it is the #1 online platform for sexual wellness and education. And they have a huge library of over 150 video tutorials taught by some of the world's leading sexperts. Okay. They have courses on things you didn't even know they made courses on. I'm talking about exploring your kinks, rough sex, vulva massage, lingam massage, different sex positions, how to go to a sex club, like all kinds of things like that. And they are taught graphically and explicitly by real people, real naked people. I stress that because a lot of these things we talk about in sex, we're not like born knowing how to do these things. And if no one ever shows us, we're never going to know. So what better way than like two people? Yes, sometimes they are unclothed and they are actually doing the act, showing us how to do these things. And Beducated does that in such a classy way. So their platform is a completely shame-free space to explore your desires, understand your turn-ons, and learn what actually brings you pleasure. Fetishes, kinks, anatomy, communication, pleasure mapping, it's all there. And if you're not even sure what turns you on or you want to explore it deeper, they have this super fun, quick quiz that gives you a personalized roadmap to your sexual happiness. So if your 2026 goal is less shame and more pleasure, Beducated is literally built for that. Click on the link in the description below and do that quiz today. You have absolutely nothing to lose and only everything to gain. All right, back to the foot world. When we talking about foot categories, they are interesting. When I set up my profile on the foot website, there was a lot of things I didn't realize people were into. I'm talking about things like very specific things like high arches, long toes, wide feet, narrow feet, wrinkled toes, hammer toe, dirty feet, sweaty feet, like cracked heels. I mean, those only come to me at certain parts of the year, but damn, like I don't know who wants to buy a photo of my cracked heels. I'll send you some photos of those. Got like barefoot, foot jobs, pedicure close-ups, POV. There's this thing called, I think it's called crushing, where people ask you to send pictures of you like, or videos like crushing food or toys or things like that. And there's another one called Gigantor or something, where you take a picture from like the bottom up so it looks like your foot is giant and like you're crushing them. People seem to be really into that one, little like foot domination action going on. And for the record, most of the categories get way more clicks than people would ever admit to publicly. And that's because desire is not logical, my friends. It's associative, sensory, visual, and emotional. And that's what I learned on Feet Finder, that there's no logic to it. People are just into what they're into. And I did create an account. It's very short-lived. I want to see if I can make some money off my feet. Turns out, just like most of these websites, it's a lot of work. You need to invest like a full-time situation into a site like that for you to get any return, for you to really start selling feet pics. Okay, it's not gonna come easy. So there was that, and I wasn't that into putting the work in because I was obviously not that committed. So I put up a few feet pictures, and what I also realized is that not everyone on the site just wants feet pics. They want some feet pics, but most of the time they ask for other things as well. It almost felt like an OF page masked as like a foot page, but like they want other stuff too, which like I wasn't willing to give. And then I got kind of sad for the feet people. I was like, let's keep it to the point, friends. Let's keep it about the feet and not anything else. But I did chat with a few people, and at some point when I gave up kind of playing a character, I got real with one guy, and I was like, look, I'm here for market research, okay? I make content about, sex education, whatever, and I'm just curious, like, why are you here? Why do you like it? And we had this very nice conversation. Like, he was a cool guy. I remember when the conversation was ending, I said, look, can you just tip me so I can say that I made some money on this platform? And he did. And he was like, it's the first time I've ever tipped someone without getting anything in return. And I was like, you know what, thanks. I mean, it was like a therapy session almost. So he got like something in return. He got my attention. So that quickly ended. And then my only other experience with feet, I will say that I did send someone a foot picture once of me like crushing him. So it was a picture of like the phone was on the floor, and it looked like I was about to stomp on my phone. So my foot was really big. So yeah, I did that one time. He was really into foot domination, but Yeah, I wrote like a lot of stories for him, a lot of like fantasy-based stories, and he was really into foot domination. So I did that once, and it was kind of fun. And you know what? I'm open and willing to explore the foot selling pictures. I've been told that I have really pretty feet. So anyways, let's get into what feet actually say about desire. This is the part that surprises most people. A foot fetish doesn't necessarily mean someone is into feet more than people without the fetish are into breasts or into butts. It's the same kind of structure, it's just a different stimulus. It also doesn't mean someone wants feet involved in every sexual encounter. Many don't. For a lot of people, it's simply a turn on, a fantasy, a sensory preference, or a part of a broader erotic script. And when people learn to talk openly about it, shame usually disappears completely. Which is why this topic matters, and this is why I'm making this video today. I wanted to make this video because when people hear the word fetish, it just freaks them the fuck out, okay? And they think people are weird AF. And this is why I want to talk to you about why the brain works. You know, sometimes I mentioned there's not like that cross wiring happening in the brain, and we can't always control what we are attracted to. So talking about fetishes compassionately does a few things. It reduces shame, it helps people understand desire diversity, it normalizes the communication, and it creates safety for partners and encourages more pleasure, not less. Again, when you understand what brings you pleasure, what turns you on, you can live a more happy, fulfilled life for yourself and provide also great pleasure to those people around you. Now, if you've made it this far into this video and you want to make this year all about one of the best pleasure years by exploring your sexuality, whether that be a fetish of some sort or something else, remember to take that super fun Beducated quiz to get a personalized roadmap of your sexual happiness, okay? And I'm gonna include that link below this video so you could check it out right now. So, survey says the world loves feet. Science backs it up, and the internet is obsessed. And honestly, there are much weirder things to obsess about. Now, if you want part 2, where maybe I dive into the kink psychology behind foot worship and domination and dynamics, or how to maybe have a conversation with your partner, let me know in the comments below, and I can try my best to put something together for you. And if you want to know where you can get more of my content, then you can check out the links below. Check out my Patreon. There, I give a lot of behind the scenes content of my sex education journey, and a lot of my travel content is there as well. So if you're curious to know about some of this other interesting, like weird things that I'm learning, I would definitely go check it out. And just know that it keeps me very motivated to continue learning and sharing with you all the knowledge that I'm accumulating and the experiences that I get as well. So I want to say thank you to all my patrons for showing up and being really, really, really genuinely caring, supportive, respectful. And I'm happy that my platform is a space where you feel like you can just sort of relax and kick back and enjoy the show. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And I will end that actually with a little, here's my feet again. There's one. Ooh. I don't think I could put 2 up there. Let me try. Oh, no, I'm not that flexible. All right, friends, that's it. Bye.